Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on our Mercedes AMG G55. In one of the previous videos, we replaced all of the suspension, all of the shocks with Bilstein dual reservoir up front and the back. And we also went with the G-Wagon 2-inch progressive springs front and back. And that lifted this guy up a little bit to where it looks like this. It looks way better than the factory setup where it's just squatted all the way down to the ground, in my opinion. The other thing I purchased but didn't get to install before is a brand new OEM steering stabilizer. Never got that installed. Have been driving it around for, I don't know, a couple months now, I think. And it's been driving fine. No need for caster correction. Everything is fine. It's perfect. I love the way it drives. It's so comfortable on the new springs. But I've noticed that if I hit certain types of road or certain bump here and there, sometimes the steering wheel will vibrate a little, like the tires are out of balance, but then it'll just kind of go back to being normal. So obviously it's not from the tires being out of balance. Could be from an alignment, I don't know. I don't want to mess with the tires and do alignment and all that stuff because I've got another set of 18-inch G55 AMG wheels that I'm going to have powder coated, and then we're going to install some bigger tires on this thing along with the 18-inch wheels. I think we're going to go with 34-inch tires. So those are going to be balanced and all that good stuff. So I don't want to mess with these and spend the time and money on it. In the meantime, now that I remembered I forgot to install this steering stabilizer, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy installed. And we'll see if it helps with some of that vibration and the uneasiness over certain types of road, which obviously it's caused by the caster being off compared to before. But the caster is really not off enough for me to be motivated to put new control arms on there or new bushings in the control arm. So for now, I'm going to put this guy on and I'll show you guys how it's done. First, we're going to crawl underneath the truck. There we go. There's the diff. Keep going back and you'll see the steering stabilizer right here. So there's the front diff right there. Here's one of these control arm thingy-majiggers. There's your bell housing right there, and here is the steering stabilizer. And as you can see, it connects to a little bracket on this side. Such an odd assembly. This little bracket connects to this little bracket that is attached to the differential housing. And on this side, how you take it off is take this nut off. You got to hold the top side of it. And then if we go to this side, it's attached right there. And there's a nut right there on the bottom and the bolt that goes through. So it's pretty easy to take off. I'm just going to grab my DeWalt battery-powered impact and put a couple of ooga-doogas on this guy, pop that off, push that bolt through. I'm going to do the same on this side. A couple ooga-doogas. Should take that little screw or the nut and the bolt right off. This thing looks like it's old and original. This is not oil. This is like old undercoating. Years of multiple layers of undercoating that's on here. It's not rust. It's not oil. It's dried up. It's literally, look, there's nothing on my finger. It's just old undercoating that's on there. I bet you this thing is completely shot, and that's why we're getting some instability in the steering. I'm hoping that's all it is. We'll see. What do you guys think? What are the odds that this thing is still acting like a shock and still has some resistance in this thing? I bet you it's totally shot. I'm kind of curious, to be honest. I'm going to pump it in and out once we get this dude off just to see if it's actually doing anything. I'm really curious. All right, let me go get the tools. Let's get this sucker off. I've got my lovely DeWalt half-inch impact and my impact sockets. Ooh, where'd that leaf come from? I don't know what size it is. I'm gonna take that whole thing under there and we'll get this guy off. You know, one part that's been nice, having this thing lifted an additional 2 inches, is I can easily crawl under there. This thing has ground clearance that wasn't here before. And I don't need to jack it up to do stuff like this. Even changing the oil, I don't need to jack this thing up at all. And just roll right under there and work on it. That's kind of nice. And with those 33s or maybe 34s, whatever size tires I go with, it'll be just a little bit higher than this. All right, found the right socket. It is, what is that? 16 millimeter. So that one and that one was 16 millimeters. Let's go ahead and get them off. So here it is, off the car. Let's see, I'm gonna stand up and put some weight. Oh man, dirty. It's not terrible. So that went right in. Saw how easily that went in. I mean, it's not easy, but it went in. There's the new one. Let's see. Yeah, it'll go in. But that's taking about 3 or 4 times as much force. Okay, so this one's not completely shot, but it's definitely not holding pressure as well as a brand new one. Let's make sure we got the right one. Yeah, that's interesting. The little bulge part is smaller on the new one versus the old one. The new one is Euro Parts. Really good company for aftermarket parts for Mercedes, especially these G-Wagons. So it's not an OEM Mercedes part, but it is an OEM Euro Parts part. There might be a little bit of differences. It is spec'd for G55. So hopefully it's the right one. Let's get it on. There we are. The new one is on. That side's bolted in. That side's bolted in exactly like it was before. Now, let's go take this thing for a drive. All right, let's take this thing for a test drive. Ready? Let's do it. It's raining, so we got to take it easy, but we're going to give it some gas here and there and see if we can get it to start acting up and vibrating like it sometimes does. So far, so good. No vibrations yet. We've given it gas, stomped on the brakes, unloaded the front suspension, loaded the front suspension, different speeds, different parts of the road. So far, so good. No jiggling or uneasiness in the steering wheel over weird bumps in the road and off camber parts of the road, and no tracking that was kind of happening where there's little grooves and things in the road. So far, so good. So maybe that's done the trick. Let's give it some more time. We'll keep driving and see if we run into any issues. Well, so far, it's driven really well. No vibration, no tracking, no uneasiness in the steering over different types of road, different speeds. I think we might be able to call this a success. I think we might be able to call this a success. Six. How do you say that? Success. Say success. Success. Say it 3 times fast. Success. How come I can't say it? Six. It feels like I'm saying the number 6. Success. Can you say success? Success. All right, let's turn back around and go home. We switched spots. My son's driving. He's getting some seat time in, driving in the rain. If you need to replace your steering stabilizer, or maybe you don't know that you need to replace it, if you're doing any sort of suspension work on your truck, or if you just want to do preventive maintenance, or if your G-Wagon has over, I'd say, 70,000 miles, just replace it. It's cheap. I'll put the link down in the description below. You guys can grab one off the link, or you can just buy your own wherever. Buy one that's OEM, either a Mercedes brand or a Euro brand, Euro, however you pronounce that. Or if you want to buy like one of the fancier aftermarket ones, that's fine. But buy a good brand. Don't buy a cheap Chinese junky one. And I bet you'll feel a difference in how it rides. It's just as important for your steering as your shocks are for your suspension and how comfortably the truck rides. So get that thing replaced. I bet you, for the minimal amount of money you have to spend, I think this thing, I don't remember what it cost. I want to say it was like 50 bucks. Maybe it was more, maybe it was less. Click on the link below and you can see what it costs today in real time. How do you think it drives, man? Any different? No. No? Come on. No vibration though. Do you feel any vibration? not really.
It was vibrating a little bit.
It was, yeah. Is all that gone?
Yeah.
Hope you guys found this video helpful. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'm always happy to help wherever I can. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. What'd you say? Tell people.
I said that's why I slowed down a little right there on that turn. I couldn't see anything through the tint.
Oh, the tint. Yeah, the tint on this truck is just absolutely dumb. I think we need to take it off. You guys see how dark it is? It's got to be 5%, I think, on the fronts, maybe 10%. And it's really annoying. For all you guys who like the super dark tint, I mean, sure it looks cool, but that's really annoying not being able to see out, especially at night. Don't do that. I think the fronts will probably replace with some 35%, maybe 25 at the most. Right now, you can see there's the window, there's outside. It's really difficult to see, and all you get is like reflections and glares, so it's hard to see what you're doing. All right, back into the garage. Let's get this thing nice and dry, and we'll call it a night. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.